You want to
It
take
takes
your
a
other
second or
screen
two.
off there?
Yeah, just push that. I don't know how to do that on the phone. There you go.
All
Oh,
right.
there's
All right. You want to kill the music there?
Yep. Second. Turn this off.
Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Back with another afternoon. We're back for another 3 hours here in Live and Love Life. I'm RJ Horner, your host and facilitator for the Better Life Symposium. It's a seminar by any other name, but I like the word symposium. Symposium means gathering place. And we have used this as a gathering place, and we've gathered some really spectacular authorities. If you were able to join us this morning, you got some really good value, and we're going to continue that today as we brought out, again, another good panel for our afternoon session. And, you know, Curtis, I'm going to bring you back on here so that we can, there we go. And so, again, I talked about the spiritual alignment and things, how they were happening for us, right? We declared our date. We started working towards it. And even a few weeks ago, I had my doubts, didn't I? You know what I mean? I was skeptical about whether we were going to be able to pull this off.
Yeah. I just motivated, say, hey, we got to do it no matter what. We made the date so we could commit.
Right. And so at that point, I mean, I was stressing a little, but I said,
absolutely,
we're going to put on the best event we can on this day. Right. And I mean, we've had some glitches this morning. We've had some things that didn't work out according to plans, but we rolled with the punches and we moved forward. And I think we've done a good job so far. But again, the providence I was talking about is, again, I'm a believer because here we are, December 12th, 2020. And we talked this morning how that really means about, you know, the significance in moving forward with your connections and building better connections and removing those people in your life that don't serve you and don't impact you and make you feel great. And then, of course, 2020, that was 12-12. That's the meaning of 12-12. Then 2020 means your guardian angels are always watching. So the fact that we picked this day, I think is very fortunate, right?
Yes.
And then we had the added, you know what? Here's why I'm a believer. We still had to pay for our website, which is due what day?
Today.
We had to pay our website, so we had to keep our business running. We had to keep the doors open, and I didn't know how we were going to do that. I thought, okay, one way or another, we'll make it happen. I'll pull it out of my bank account. I mean, sure, it's a small amount, but we didn't have the money, and so yesterday I went to go pay it, and out of nowhere, we had store credit.
Oh, wow.
Bills are paid.
Sweet.
We get to keep the lights on for another month.
That's pretty cool.
So that's the universe aligning to bring us those things we need and to help us in our mission, I think.
Yes.
And then, you know, I love Zig Ziglar. And I think we've done a good job here. And I expect good things from this event. Why? Because Ziglar's quote, when you plan to win and you prepare to win, then and only then can you expect to win.
Absolutely.
And you know what? We've done a lot of work to make this happen. So have our attendees in making this happen. And, you know, I'm a follower of Dar Man, and I get his daily advice, right? So I want to talk because, again, we're talking about providence. So Dar Man's advice to me today in his daily emails is, don't worry about the people who aren't happy for you. They're probably not happy with themselves either.
That's true.
Just stay focused on you. And that's the 12-12 in that numerology with we're working about better significance, better connections, better impact moving forward.
Absolutely.
I think that's all brought forward here today.
Yep.
And talking about better relationships, I brought on a relationship specialist. He's been in my life for several years. His book and his direct influence have certainly helped me to become a better man, to interact better with people, and certainly pay attention to my own relationship at home. But he's not just a relationship counselor. He talks about the impact we have with those people in our lives. So if you can tell a little bit about our next guest, well, I bring him on to get him
I don't have anything for him.
You
Yeah,
don't
bio.
have it. So it looks like I've
have a
got to
bio.
discuss our next guest. I'll turn you off here and I'll bring him on.
Perfect.
Okay. And our next guest. As a relationship mentor, his clients become more aware of their communications. They manage their expectations of themselves and others and take massive action steps to achieve a more balanced life. He's the founder of Your Next Level Coaching Academy. He and his team create unique programs designed to empower individuals and partners to achieve next level success in life and business. With his 38 years of experience, 30 years as a mentor, leader, and a pastor, and an entrepreneur for 25 years, Jim has extensive experience in all relationships. He encourages clients and audiences he encourages clients and audience to have real success. They must first discover how to relate to themselves and others well. He's the best-selling author, and through his 5 books, he's received worldwide recognition and awards for his work. Jim Hetherington, thanks for joining us today, and tell us a little bit more about why we should be more empowered in our relationships.
Absolutely. Thanks, RJ. I really appreciate you reaching out and connecting with me. I love what you're building here, and I love what you're doing. I think it's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I told RJ I wanted to jump on today and just share a couple minutes with you today. I'm not going to take a lot of time because you've got so many impactful people here today. I told RJ, look, you don't need another guy squeezed in there. I'm going to jump in March in his next event. So I'm really looking forward to that one, of just connecting with you in that next event. And I'm already creating some amazing programs just to give away for this community, because I really believe that community is important. I know he uses the word symposium, gathering. I love it. It's absolutely necessary. And here's a few reasons why. You probably noticed over the last little while that things have shifted a little bit in the world, haven't they? I mean, most of the time we have to walk around like this from now on. I joke with people, say we're going to have to get some new issue government IDs pretty soon so that people can recognize who we are. But the world has changed. We've gone from having live events where we could gather 100, 200, 500 people and more together to doing things online now. And I'm really grateful that we have the technology. Technology really hit me a number of years ago. I was doing some work in Central America, and I really wanted to talk to my wife. And so I remember opening up Facebook Messenger, hitting the Zoom chat, and then instantly I was connected with her back at home, where she was just comfortably sitting at home here, and we had this amazing conversation. So it's wonderful to have all these different platforms. But there's one thing that needs to shift going into all these different platforms, and that's community. And RJ has really touched on this. Him and Curtis have really hit the nail on the head, I think, in wanting to create community, because it's so valuable and important. And here's a few reasons why. One, we need to get into a community because we need to be fed, right? We need to be cared for. We need to have people speaking into our lives. We have to have people that are challenging us to grow to that next level. I mean, it would be great if we could just hang out with grade 1 kids, but after a while, the fun and the antics would wear off. We need people to take us to that next level. As Les Brown says, if you're the smartest person in your circle, you need to get another circle. And that's why community is really important, because you need to have people that are speaking into your life to take you to that next level. Because when you become your very best, you help others around you become their very best. The other reason is you need to be cared for. I mean, some of us have really felt the impact of being isolated, of being, put apart and having to self-isolate or get away from family and friends and not being able to interact the way we used to. I know my wife, for example, she just misses being able to embrace people. She's of European background, and she just loves to hug people and hold people. And so that has been a real challenge. And I know it's been a challenge for a lot of people. So to connect in a community is really important, because you need to have people to care for you. You need to know that there's people that are supporting you and that have got your back. That's why communities like this are really important. And the other reason is for accountability. I know you've touched base on this throughout the day about being accountable, being held accountable to one another. I know for me, when I have different accountability partners that I have to meet, whether it's monthly or weekly or bi-weekly, it keeps me on guard. It keeps me moving forward. I don't want to be that guy showing up saying, I just didn't do it again. I don't want to be that person. And I know that you don't either. And that's why you're here connected in this community. You probably noticed over the last little while that your inbox is just being blasted with all kinds of invitations. to connect with the latest and greatest and the best and everything else that's coming out right now. And on Facebook Messenger and everywhere, every other platform is just bombarded. There's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of noise out there. I want to encourage you to peel back the noise, just isolate that stuff and find a good community to get yourself connected in for those very reasons, to find a community where you can be fed, to find a community where you can be supported and cared for, and find a community where you just have accountability. And I know you're going to find that here. I know that RJ's passion, his heart is to build this community so that people are supported and cared for, that people don't slip through the cracks, that people don't fall off to the side. And so I want to encourage you that if there's speakers that have spoken today and have yet to come on today that you resonate with, find a way to connect with them. Find a way to stay in this community, build that relationship, because that is so key. I mean, everything that we do is built around relationships. Brian Tracy is just a big advocate of it. You know, he says everything is built around relationships. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, where you go, everything is built around relationships. And so I want to give you a couple little thoughts just as I close up. I only got a couple more minutes. I want to give you a couple more thoughts of how to build those relationships and what to look for. And here's one thing I want to encourage you with. Don't misinterpret busyness for effectiveness. I'll say that again. Don't misinterpret busyness for effectiveness, because we can all get busy. Like I said, there's all kinds of traffic, there's all kinds of noise, there's all kinds of things going on today. People trying to get your attention, trying to get you to sign up for their stuff. There's all kinds of things that you can get involved with. But is it going to help you move forward in your goals? Is it going to help you move forward into becoming the person that you know you're called to be, that you are gifted to be? And so I want to encourage you to not misinterpret busyness for effectiveness, because busyness will just keep us off the mark. Being effective is what we want to do. And I really believe that that's why you're here. That's why you're here listening to these speakers. That's why you're here connecting in this community, because you want to be effective, regardless of what your gifts are, regardless of what your talent is. You want to be effective in your world. And your world could be, you know, your immediate family. Your world could be your small community. It could be your workplace, your business. It could be broader than that. It could be the country. It could be the state. It could be the North America. It could be the worldwide. Whatever your platform, whatever your stage is, whatever your area, your region is, that's what you need to be most effective in. And so you want to become effective, not just busy. And the other reason is when you become busy and so busy with things, we can begin to neglect relationships. We can begin to neglect the things that are really most important to us. As I said before, relationships are at the heart of everything that we do. And it starts with ourselves. We need to look after ourselves. How well do you relate to yourself right now? How well are you caring for yourself? If we get super busy, we tend to just kind of eat fast food and we don't eat as well. We're not resting properly. We're not looking after ourselves spiritually or emotionally. There's so many things that begin to happen as we neglect our relationships. So I want you to take inventory today. Look at how you're neglecting yourself possibly. Are there areas that which you're just that you're not really stepping up to do? Anybody that's neglected their health for a long period of time knows that it's a challenge to get back into shape. It's a challenge to get back into condition. And as the older we get, the more challenging it becomes. I mean, I just turned 60 this year, and I know you can't tell, but I just turned 60 this year. And I know that each year I have to take better care of myself so I don't neglect it, because it takes me a little bit longer to keep in shape, to keep the condition. So I want to encourage you to not neglect. And especially those that are closest to us. Husbands, wives, spouses, partners, you want to begin to or continue to engage with one another. Don't neglect your relationships. Anybody that's gone through a broken relationship or a divorce or a separation or anything can tell you that it often happens when neglect started to step in. I used to have people coming to me all the time and just saying, Jim, I can't relate to my 18-year-old daughter. I can't relate to my 14 or 15-year-old son. What do I do? I say you get back to the point of relating to them, building that relationship. Somewhere along the line, you've allowed neglect to come into that relationship, whether it's busyness of life, because as parents, we get busy and we don't often have the time or put the time aside to spend within those relationships. But I want to encourage you to do that, because everything that we do is at the heart of relationships, right from our homes to our businesses to serving our clients, to doing all those things, even the barista that serves us coffee. It's all built around relationships. And to the degree you can relate to others is the degree of your success. The better you become at relating to the people around you, the more successful you'll be. Well, look, my time is just about up. I just wanted to jump on here for a few minutes just to encourage you to get connected in this community. Stay connected. Find a place where you can call home. Call this home. And then I'll look forward to seeing you in March when I get to jump onto this next event where we'll unpack some of this stuff. We'll talk about this stuff a lot longer. I mean, I could talk for hours just on the whole topic of neglect. I could talk for hours about just being busy and just allowing that. I could tell you my story about how burnout almost ruined my life. But I'll save that for the next time that I get on here. And I'm looking forward to it. RJ, I really appreciate you giving me a few minutes to jump on here. I can't wait to connect with you and your community in March next year. I'm really looking forward to that. And I wish everybody the greatest success through today.
Thanks, Jim. Thank you so much for, again, agreeing to just come on quickly. You know what? You were on my original list. Just, you know what? We get so busy and I was working on so much. We never had the opportunity to connect, but I'm so glad we got the opportunity to bring people out to hear you today. I want to touch on a couple of things quickly because you said, A, we need people in our lives. It's a fact. And then it's up to us to give them a reason to be there. We have to entice them and make them feel like they should belong in our lives, right? Like we have to have some onus there.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always told people that, you know, if you want to have great people in your life, become the person that they want to hang around. I mean, just become the person that people want to hang around. That's the best place to start, is just starting on you. Become that person that people just can't wait to talk to, can't wait to connect with, can't wait to phone call.
Right. And that's what our whole purpose is with this Better Life Symposium. You know what? Become that person. Step into it by just, who do I need to be to entice that person, or to entice that business, or to entice that investor or that job, whatever it is we're trying to step into, become that person.
Yeah. And here's the other thing too. Always try to put more into the relationship that you take out of.
Yes.
Right? Always put more in, invest more into it than you take out of it. Because so often we just get into relationships to get. We get into we get it, you know, we befriend people to to become clients so that we can get the sale. I mean, when I was a kid, I had a kid around the corner that had a mini bike. And I was friends with him because I wanted to ride his mini bike. But we need to invest in relationships, not only for what we get, but what we put into it, put more into them. And then people just want to hang out with you.
Mm-hmm. And then the other thing I took note of was you said, you know what, we have to decide. We're going to be inundated with all kinds of information today, all kinds of speakers who want to talk to us about this and offer us that. But we have to know what's serving us. We have to know, this is where I'm going. This is the path I'm walking. This program can help me, or this speaker is going to be a good choice for me. So we have to make that choice accordingly, right?
Absolutely. Yes. You need to be wise in how you invest your time, and realize that once you spend your time, you don't get it back. There's no way of, getting a refund at the end of the day or the end of the month saying, okay, I wasted some time in this one, I need it back. So choose wisely and just invest wisely.
Absolutely. Wrong one. Curtis, you know what? You're as much of a faithful follower of Jim as I am. Anything you would like to ask him or say to him before he leaves us?
Just congratulations on your other books you've done, and it's been a while. And I say you keep on with success in your life, and that's fantastic. And thank you so much for being here with us today.
Yes,
it's great to see you, Jim.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. I really appreciate what both of you guys are doing. I love the vision that you have. I love your heart for building community and helping to support people, because it's really needed. Like you say, there's so many people out there today that are just wanting to suck people into programs, but there's no real follow-up. There's no real follow-through. And I know that you guys are going to do that, because if you don't, I'll find a way to virtually kick your pants.
And there's that accountability you mentioned, right?
Yeah, that it is. Yeah, it's pretty good accountability there.
So much for joining us today. We will see you in March again. We're already planning our next event.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
Here and now, I picked the title. It's called Better Body, Mind, and Soul.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
I think people will.
Fantastic.
It's going to have a good purpose. I look forward to having you there.
I can't wait. Looking forward to you guys. All the best.
Thanks.
Take care, Jim.
Well, that was a short segment from Jim Hetherington, and he has been a big influence in my life. And I thought it very important to hear from him. Again, he is not part of this event, but he agreed to come on and help to promote our community and promote our next event, of which Jim is going to be a part. I wanted you to meet him very briefly. I thank him for his time today. You can find him at www.coachjim360.com. Jim, thanks for coming on today. I'm glad you were the first one we got to tell that our next event is called Better Body, Mind, and Soul. I thank you for being a part of that event. And thank you, Jim, for just reiterating the need for places like this and for community and connectedness, especially where our relationships are concerned. So thank you, Jim, for your time today. Thank you for, again, being part of Better Life Symposium, even briefly. And thank you for agreeing to help us move forward with our next event. So you're a big part of this community, and we look forward to sharing your expertise here in Live and Love Life. Ladies and gentlemen, I am RJ Horner. That has been our broadcast today for Better Life Symposium. Again, I'm RJ Horner, your host and facilitator for Live and Love Life Empowerment. We are your community for life, and we are here to help you build a life you love to live. You can find us at our website, www.live-love-life.ca. You can find more of our speakers and their recordings at www.live-love-life.ca/better-life. That's www.live-love-life.ca/better-life. You can find us on Facebook. Please like and subscribe there at facebook.com/groups/live-to-love-life. That's live, the number 2, love life. Facebook.com/groups/live-to-love-life. And of course, please like and subscribe on YouTube if you like these videos and want to know more, want to follow us. Please like and subscribe on YouTube at Live and Love Life Empowerment. Again, thank you for joining me today. I am your host and facilitator, RJ Horner, for Live and Love Life Empowerment.